So I wanted to speak about this dude, Idris. I can't think of the dude last name. He's the character Franklin on Snowfall. Okay, but he was featured on this show uninterrupted, and I wanted to talk about a few things that he had said. Okay, I caught a little clip of him giving an explanation on how and why he made this connection with so-called black culture. And so that's why I'm making the video today. So he was kind of like, yeah, speaking on like how a decade ago, when he got here, he was exposed to all of these various different commercial and fabricated things about so-called black people that pretty much cultivated the connection that he has today. All right. And so, what I'm saying, I thought that there was a few things wrong with that. Number one, everything that he was talking about was just like what I said. It was this old fabricated idea, concept, a lot of products, examples, benchmarks, and creations, okay, of these other groups of people, all right, who stand to benefit from so-called black folks being dysfunctional and lost, okay? This dude was talking about, he was watching certain movies and he was one of those type. I seen Boys in the Hood. I mean, I don't think he necessarily said that movie, but that was right in the ballpark of what he was pretty much saying. I learned about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, you know what I'm saying? And if you're a real so-called black person that matter, those examples don't mean nothing, okay, when it comes to learning and knowing about what and who a so-called black person is and what it means to be so-called black. All right, a black person that matter. All right, not a black integrationist or whatever, but this is what what I'm saying. He was saying, and which I gotta understand is when somebody like him pulls up and says such a thing, he's really mocking so-called black culture. All right. Because one thing you'll never hear a dude like him say is that he made this so-called connection with real so-called black people that matter. All right? All right? Pay attention to that. Because if he's out here saying something like that, he's going to have to present some real examples. All right? Examples that he's not about to present because he don't rock with real so-called black people that matter like that. All right. And so, I just wanted to say that, like, we got to pay attention to these snakes in the grass because it's like, man, when it comes to the flip side of things, like so-called black people learning about these other groups of Africans or whatever, that ain't how we do it. All right. We actually get out there, all right? We make the connection, all right? We dig deep to find the material and various different other things outside of these other groups of people's narrative to find out about, these various other groups of Africans that make that kind of connection, all right? Meanwhile, they pull up, playing the game, and sounding just like these other groups of people that don't care about so-called black people at all. All right, they only pull up to exploit so-called black people. All right, for their own benefit and gain, which is what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? And then just after that, like he was on there talking about they are about that life. What do you mean you're about that life when it comes to so-called black culture? You can't be about that life. All right. I like, I gotta keep it real. I like what that dude Charleston White said about being so-called black. We was born into this, all right? This ain't no costume. You know what I'm saying? See, the thing is, y'all, they will do everything but just show their respect, all right? Pull up, show your respect, pay homage or whatever, and if it's real like that, you'll show what your group can bring to the table that we can put in the game and bubble with, all right? But see, they don't play the game like that because they have a hard time just giving the respect. They got to pull up and say, well, hey, I'm black too, so I can benefit from who y'all are and what y'all did, just like y'all. I'm black, you know, instead of playing the game the right way. All right. And so, because at the end of the day, like I said, so-called black folks, we pay homage to all kinds of Africans. Now, I have had to go on record to speak against so-called black folks for claiming that we are some of these other groups of Africans. We got to keep that in check. But see, that's the thing with us as so-called black people. We are making an effort to play the game the right way. All right? And so, I just wanted to say that, man, I didn't take nothing he was saying seriously. All right? Like I said before, how about pulling up, letting us know who you are and what you bring to the table? And if you're going to pull up claiming that you know us like that, it definitely can't be a perspective of this whole fabricated stuff that is coming from these other groups of people, all right, that don't do nothing but sit back and make an effort to benefit from so-called black folks' dysfunction, okay, and a lack of understanding of things, especially the truth. It's 300.